So I had a chat with one of my students during the week, and it was an interesting conversation. I thought I'd bring it up here, and I have asked permission. They said it's fine. So she's hitting around the $50,000 to $55,000 per month, pretty regularly, which is awesome. But then she came on via Messenger, and she had a chat to me. She asked a couple of questions. I congratulate us, a lot of money you're earning. And she said this, which made me cringe, and I had to instantly stop the conversation and basically put her in a place. What it basically said was, she said, I'm earning about 50, 55, sometimes a bit less, sometimes a little bit more per month. What I'm thinking of doing is adding this, taking this out, adding this, charging for my strategy calls, adding another website, another funnel. And I remember in the message, I just basically wrote, stop. The worst thing you guys can do, and this is the conversation I had with her through Messenger, the worst thing we can do, and I've found myself doing this a lot, the worst thing we can do when things are going right is to touch what's going right and start to screw things up. A lot of people think that if I'm making good money, if I start adding things, I'm not saying don't do more, we'll talk about that in a moment, but adding various business funnels, adding various business systems, adding this and duplicating this, and moving the elements around that basically got you to the dance in the first place, as my dad would say, you will start to screw things up. The worst thing you can do when things are going well is start to play around with it and touch it. Why? Because you'll make it worse and you'll destroy the whole thing. So what I told her is, leave the system as it is. You should be able to track exactly where this money is coming from. Is that the case? She said, yes. Do you know where your audience is? Yes. Are you crystal clear in your niche? Yes. Are you good on the strategy calls? Yes. And I said, well, why touch any of it? The only thing you should be doing is just drawing more attention, bringing more people into this system, which is basically do more social media. If you're earning $55,000 per month and you're doing, I don't know, 5 videos per week on YouTube, double it, start doing 10. These are the things you should be taking more, putting more attention on and doing more of. You want to do more of the things to grow the audience, for them to be able to see this funnel, to be able to see what you're offering, to be able to see the option to do a strategy call, to be able to see you as an expert. Don't screw what's going on behind the scenes. Touching the system to think it'll make it better or faster or be able to track more money will actually do the opposite. So guys, as a big business rule, and again, I find myself doing this, my ego kicks in a bit, when things are going great, just do more of the things that made it great in the first place. And it's always going to be do more social media. You'll never get less by doing more, guys. So I know if I'm scaling, what do? I don't touch the system. My system is actually very, very simple. These are behind the scenes system that makes my company work. What I do is just increase the social media. I make more videos. I spend more time on social media answering questions. I post instead of every 3 hours, I might do every 2 hours. I work an extra day. I take less time off. Whatever it is to scale, my scale is always, that's what I explained to her. My scaling idea is always, I'm just going to do more of the things that bring more of an audience to see what I'm offering. That's it. And as a matter of fact, I'm always looking for ways, if it's possible, I'm just looking sort of side glance, almost like a bird's eye view. Is any part of the system making this slower than it needs to be? Doesn't mean I go and touch it, but sometimes I might be able to tinker with just something small to make it more user-friendly. I know when I first started this company, I had so many different offers. I had so many different types of audience. My niche wasn't really correct. I was offering too many trainings. And all of these things were all directed into just this mishmash of systems. And I wonder why everyone found it confusing to even enroll into one program. So I took a step back. I made it really, really simple. And if you want to call it a funnel, that's fine. All we do is a shit ton of social media, as you guys know, make a ton of videos and give away a lot of free value, always thinking about ways we can give more free value, just like this video. And I'm always pointing it towards, we have what is called an on season or an off season. If I'm having an off season is when we're not teaching ACH, our Advanced Conversational Hypnosis training program. And again, yes, we are teaching that coming up in January, guys. There's a link below. A lot of you guys have been asking to be able to enroll in that right away. That's not what this video is about. So when I'm on season, I'm directing all my social media towards that one training program. When I'm not teaching something live, I open it up to, hey, here's my website. And now you can take a pick of all the different programs I have. But that's as complex as the system gets. I don't have multiple this and multiple that. And what this allows me to do, guys, and I was explaining to my students, it stops things collapsing. I think the big reason why business collapse, because they make it too confusing. There's too many systems. When there's too many things going on, all it takes is one thing to collapse, and like a domino, everything starts to collapse. So my business systems, just like we teach our students in a 100K coaching program, extremely simple. And if something does break, it's easy to see what is breaking. So all in all, guys, the moral of this story when I was talking to my student is, if you're making good money right now, don't touch the system, just increase the inputs. The inputs is the social media, thus increase the inputs, you get more people to see what you're offering, the outputs will increase as well. Now, if you're thinking, well, Scott, I can't even get my first client, more than likely, you don't have a system. Having a system is just as important as not touching it when it's working. You need something. It's quite interesting that when people join the 100K coaching program, and I was talking to the students about this, having a laugh, but it's really, really true. And it made me sit back and think, our first set of modules in week one is all about building the system. It's a big week one. We're building everything. We're finding the niche. We're getting your prices, your packaging, your MOS, building all the systems, building all the infrastructure for social media, getting your strategy call script ready, get your future value deck ready, proposal system. It's basically the setup. It's really all the boring stuff, guys. Hardly anyone watches that week. They wait till week 2 because week 2 is all about getting paid clients. We get straight into how to use social media. And they'll use social media for a while without having built anything in week 1. And then turn around and say, well, Scott, it's not working. And it's very easy for me to go through their social media. I say, well, that's not set up right. Where's this thing? No link here. This isn't set up right. Where's the strategy call script? Where's the future value deck? Have you got that ready? I don't even know your prices. I can't even see what your niche is. You haven't changed the banner. And it's quite interesting to see that the reason why businesses are failing is because there is no system. So again, if you don't have clients, you need a system. Believe it or not, there are 68 systems in a hypnotherapy business, guys. 68 systems, just even at a basic level. If one of those things is broken or is off, the rest won't work. So don't be too quick and too much of a haste to get into just, I want paid clients. You need the infrastructure and the systems to be able to support getting those clients. And again, as I said to my students, when things are going amazingly, don't touch the system. Don't add things to it because you'll screw it up. You'll touch the wrong thing and move the wrong thing, take this out, all of a sudden it will collapse. And you go from 55 grand a month all the way down to zero and wondering what the hell happened. Instead, do more social media, guys. Get more eyes on your offer. And that's how you scale, guys. All right. Bye for now.